we're going to take a look at how we can produce a pendant within ArtCAM JewelSmith. Now here we have our artwork, our vector artwork produced within the 3D view. Now here we have the front of our shape, just a very simple diamond. With that diamond, we're just going to create a shape with a diamond of 23 degrees in the angle. So a pyramid shape. I'm just going to add this into place. So here we have the base of our pendant. We're going to look at adding some detail to this. Now, the pre-created vectors which we have, they're very simple shapes to create. The shapes we have here, if we just take a look at them in the 3D view, are just ovals. Now, I'm going to make sure I'm on a totally new layer. I'm going to select all of my vectors and open my Weave Wizard tool. And I'm going to leave it at the height and make it go over, the underpass of 40% and the overpass of 40%. I'm just going to OK to this. So it's going to create a weave throughout my whole design using the cross section which I selected. Now the cross section that I selected was this shape here. So this shape is what's getting dragged all around the vectors, and when they happen to cross through each other, they go under and over by the percentage we put into that value box. So here we have our very basic pendant. The next thing to do is to knock out some of the areas. Now to do this, I'm going to come across to my vector layer. I'll stay in the 3D view. We are working in the 3D view. This demonstration. And I'm going to turn off on my piercing layer. Now if I come back to my relief, my diamond, here we can see if I select these vectors here, just deselect this one, what I can actually do is just remove the shape within here. So this is my piercing layer in which I turn my weave back on. I'll turn off my vectors. We see we have created our pendant to how we want. Now the next thing to create is just a bail to go on top of our pendant, and then we're going to leave it as a flat backed pendant, and then we're done. So I'm going to turn on my vectors again, come back to my vector layers and show my bail. Now like before, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the extrusion, or it was different to the Weave Wizard, the extrusion wizard. I'm going to select this vector here, which is where I want to send this vector around, and I'm going to calculate it. So here we have our bail created on our pendant. Next thing we're ready to do is to save it out as our model. So to do this, we open our Mesh Creator tool, and then we're just going to close it with a flat plane. And when we turn it around to take a look at our design, we have a solid model ready to send to either saving it out as triangle files ready for rapid prototyping, so we can save it as an STL file. We can copy it to the clipboard to use in another application, or alternatively we can just create toolpaths over the design as we have created. And in this case we can actually simulate our design, which we've created our toolpath over earlier. Once it's finished simulating, we can then save this out and send this to our machine. And we see the exact detail we'd get of running that toolpath on a machine, including with our tabs in place.